Hello everyone, welcome to some more Dragon Age Veilguard, and we actually started with our normal appearance this time, instead of being the default male character that I always seem to load in as. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Friday. We have some story missions to do here. I think we're going to go to meet with Morgan at the Cobbled Swan here. We didn't get any story missions done last time, so I think we're just going to jump right into it and see where that takes us. Uh, we do have a lot of factions to level up at some point, but they seem to always require materials that I don't have. So I got to look for some ore while we are traveling around, but we're going to go to Docktown here. I also heard that since Minrathous got attacked, that you can no longer max out the faction for Shadow Dragons. I don't know if that's true or not, but something definitely to keep in mind. Let's take Emmerich with us, and let's take Tosh since we never do have her in our party. I want to see what kind of dialogue these two might have with each other because they're totally different personalities. We could also have Nev come with us since we're going into Dogtown, but I frankly don't want to hear her complaining about the fact that we didn't help her in the city. Just not something I'm willing to lend an ear to right now. I'm not even sure if we can even trade with a merchant here anymore for the faction, because it's like the faction store is like destroyed. So yeah, the Shadow Dragons faction might just be gone. Fuck Nev, yeah. I think we can all agree that she gets a kind of a little bitchy after she doesn't get things going the way she wants. I understand she had her hometown destroyed and all, but it's like, if you have two dragons attacking at the same time, you can't be mad if someone has to just make a split-second decision like that.
Was quite the scholar, Tash.
Yep.
It must have been wonderful growing up learning from her.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, we were having dialogue, but more Venatori to fight, as per usual.
Get clear!
Alright, y'all, you want to resume your dialogue? I think I want to change this deadly ground here back to the spectral bulwark, maybe. Enemies who hit you with a melee attack take damage and very high stagger. This one... So the reason why I think I want to change the deadly ground is because it's on a separate cooldown from rage. With these three, I'm just consuming rage too much. So I just need like a 60-second cooldown one to use. I guess they're not going to finish their conversation, or maybe they already did finish it.
They didn't deserve this. No one does.
I mean, it honestly doesn't look that bad. There's just two bodies hanging here. That's typical for medieval times, I suppose, public hangings. We do have scrolls floating in the air, which is quite impressive. Oh, Harding is here. Team pursues leads that reveal disturbing information about the spread of the blight, but also gains some unexpected aid. I wonder if this is where we meet the Inquisitor. I have a feeling we're about to meet the Inquisitor because we get unexpected aid.
Why did Morgan want to meet in Minrathous? Isn't she helping the Veil Jumpers in Arlathan?
Indeed. But today we have a guest, and she needed the anonymity that only a city provides.
Well, look who it is.
I called it.
Good to see you, Lace.
Rook, you remember how Varric and I served the Inquisition? Well, this is Inquisitor Llewellyn, the woman who led us all.
Andaran Atishan.
Anathara. I wish we could be meeting without our gods threatening to blight the world.
A blight that spreads wider with each passing heartbeat.
Morrigan and Harding have told me about what you've accomplished since taking over for Varric. You've put together an impressive team, and you've got the best chance, maybe the only chance, to stop Elganon and Gillenane.
I love hearing the Inquisition music in the background.
I won't let you down.
Don't worry about me. Worry about the people you've recruited, and about the people depending on you. I only sealed the breach because I had people like Cassandra, Leliana, and Cullen with me from the start. Without Dorian's magic and Josephine's diplomacy, we never would have come together to stop Corypheus. Years later, I had to disband the Inquisition, but I never lost the friends who had gotten me through it all. Ultimately, they're the only ones you can really count on. Do right by them, and you'll find your way.
We've got the makings of a good team, I think. We'll do our best.
And while you do so, Rook, the Inquisitor will do her best to ensure that the rest of the world remains intact. A daunting prospect, given that most of the South is under siege by Darkspawn.
It's that bad?
If not for the Inquisitor, the South would have collapsed completely. She has not been idle while you assembled your team.
So is she still fighting, or is she leading armies? I need an army, I need your connections, I need your spies. Tell me more about the South.
I thought the gods were mostly active up here. It's really that bad in the south?
Elganon and Gillenane have indeed restricted their activities to the north. But the forces they deployed to the south, the strange new Darkspawn, have spread fear and corruption greater than any blight in history.
Darkspawn.
I want to know where the hero of Ferelden is.
Valrio and Halam Sharai
probably somewhere in the
barely
deep
holding
roads
out.
fighting off the blight.
Ferelden would have fallen already, if not for help from Orzammar. With Denerim lost, the Fereldans are holding the line at Redcliffe. The Free Marches have the worst of it. Acting Viscount Aveline Valen led the evacuation of Kirkwood.
Aveline
She's
from
taking
Dragon
her
Age
people
2.
and what's left
She's
of
the
her army to
acting
help Prince
Viscount
Vale
now?
keep Starkhaven.
Maker, we didn't know. My ma.
Don't worry. I called in a favor with the Divine. Your mother's safe with some old friends.
Who is the
Thank you.
Divine? That's what I want to
The
know.
Inquisition might be gone, but my name still carries some weight. I've used it to get people working together where they can. Again, the South is my problem, not yours, Rook. You stop the gods, and I'll make sure the rest of Thedas doesn't fall to the blight.
If the south is in such
And you mentioned
turmoil, why come up here
Starkhaven with
just at all?
Sebastian. Yeah, I saw
And
that.
how did you get
Yeah.
here so fast?
Did you think you were the only one to unlock the secrets of the Illuvians?
It's nice getting some
Morgan
callbacks to old
helped the
characters.
Inquisition use the Illuvians to travel.
While I lack the Dreadwolf's Viravus, I may still scurry between the walls of this world to be where I might do the most good. The Inquisitor asked to meet you, and I thought it might help you to meet her.
See, Morgan never really struck me as someone that cares about doing good in the world. That's one thing that I've found weird about her character. I guess you could say it's like character growth over Dragon Age Origins. But in Origins, like, she just wanted to get out of the swamp and be away from Flemeth. She didn't care what happened to the world. And she just wanted the old god baby from the... You know, she was a very... She was a very cold woman, and now she seems to be very caring and affectionate. And I guess maybe it's because with her time out here amongst other people, you know, she kind of maybe developed a caring personality, but it just seems kind of odd in some ways. I do think that all these are good options. I think that the value of connections between powerful people is very undervalued, so I would say I need your connections from Josephine.
I've been having some trouble getting people in authority to listen to us. If you help with some of your political strength.
My political strength. Tevinter hates me. The Venatori helped make sure of that. And while I have a few friends in the Wardens, their leadership hasn't much cared for me since we clashed at Adamant Fortress.
The Inquisitor did not come all this way to leave you with empty words, however. She brought
And
something
there's
no
more.
one else could.
A wolf statuette. We've found others like it in the crossroads. Where'd you find yours?
Solus gave it to
I
her.
found it right around the time Solus's ritual failed, when he was pulled into the Fade. We've examined the magic, and it's tied to the Veil. To him. Somehow.
Solus is ancient, and his magic is part of him in a way far beyond that of mortals. I suggest you take it to the crossroads and see if something in the lighthouse calls to it. Perhaps it will yield some insight into your new ally.
Solus is helping.
Right now, Solus is giving us the information we need to track down the gods.
Yes, he is a vital source of information and advice, just as he was to the Inquisition before. He is the Dread Wolf. He led a rebellion that lasted centuries. How many alliances do you think he has made and broken?
Solus was important to me. If this statuette helps you understand him, if it uncovers something that... Honestly, I don't know. I wish I did. But this feels like a part of him. And whatever he and I once were, I think... I hope... it might help you.
We should go, Inquisitor. The armies in the south need you.
Right. Harding, stay sharp. You're my eyes in the north.
Always, Inquisitor.
Rook, good luck. If I come across anything else that can help, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you.
Well, we got to meet the big boss. I think out of all the origin characters that we play as, the Inquisitor definitely feels to be the most powerful by the end. You could probably argue the hero Ferelden because they freaking killed an archdemon. But at the end of the day, they're just kind of another warden when you think about it. A very powerful warden, but... So... I don't see any other quest that leads with that. Are we supposed to just go to the crossroads and see if that does anything for us? Because we could just go do the stuff in the Hosberg wetlands if this doesn't lead anywhere just yet. Unless Alistair and Hero Ferelden become royalty. True, because then they'd be the Queen of Ferelden. But I'm not sure if that is considered canon, since we can't import save files, unfortunately. Something tells me it's just not going to play an important part into the story, unfortunately. I would love it if it did, but I'm not keeping my hopes up. Oh, this is what it is. Regrets of the Dreadwolf. Find a way to use the wolf statuette in the lighthouse. Well, I guess while we're here, we'll go ahead and just do this quest here, unsealing this path to Pale Reflections.
The voices again.
Oh, was I supposed to listen to these guys?
untold years asleep, only to see our sanctums defiled. Even Arlathan is trampled by cast-offs and mortals. We must secure the Alluvians.
We shall. The Ontoma uneasy
You need
in
all
the
6,
crossroads,
and that's
but
the
they
glitch
know
quest.
their duty.
I don't think this one's the glitch quest. I think the other one in the crossroads
If they
is.
fail, give the best preserve to me for improvement.
Dead on, Tom. We're already on it.
And I guess even if it is the glitch quest, I guess it couldn't hurt to see if it's fixed, maybe magically. I highly doubt it. I think, you know, something else has to probably change in the game for it to not be like that.
The deeper currents.
Pale Reflection is the glitch quest. Okay. Oops. Well, I guess we'll give it one more look since we're already here. And then we'll go to the other one. Like I said, I doubt it's changed, but we already made the time to
Another
travel
tendril
here.
destroyed.
Okay, run on in. Run in here. Nothing. Okay, so we know that that's still not fixed yet, so let's go to the other spot in the crossroads here. The Heart of Corruption. This one is... Wait, is this a boss chest that I haven't opened? Because I thought I already opened this boss chest. Oh no, it's saying it's already opened. Okay. That's what I'm looking for.
There, another blighted fate tear. That's where we're headed.
How do I get to this chest? Can I just, like, ignore this combat? I don't really want to fight right now. I'm just trying to explore.
What holds all these buildings up?
Let's not linger here.
Got him ready for you.
Oh, leave me alone. I'm just trying to look around, trying to figure out how to get to this chest here.
Behind you!
Okay, it's like way up there. I don't see a way to get up to it. I might find the path later. back to the crossroads. Well, let's just go to the lighthouse and get this Regrets the Dreadwolf thing done. I kind of want to actually read this one because it's from the Inquisitor. Message from the front, the fight for the South. Rook, through the circumstances prompting our meeting were perhaps not what either of us would have chosen, I'm glad we did meet. I'd heard of you from Varric, of course, and Harding spoke and continues to speak highly of you. However, the greatest vote of confidence came from Morgan. She's always had a knack for spotting those who might shift the foundations of the world, even if they don't know it yet. So it was she who suggested we meet, and as always, heeding her counsel proved to be the wisest decision. Unfortunately, I send grim tidings. The echoes of Sol's ritual and the escape of the gods ring across the south, and the smell of war is heavy in the air. In Orlais, a splinter faction of the nobility has made common cause with the Venatori and launched an assault on both the royal forces of Orlais and the border keeps of Ferelden. Antom corsairs harass shipping out of Ostwick, and in the far southern wilds, blight has emerged once more. Darkspawn and great numbers have been spotted near the ruins of Ostagar, but I told you to leave the south to me, and I stand by that. I share this news not to ask for help, but to remind you that you and your people are not alone. The gods stir up the greatest evils in Thedas, yet its peoples stand stalwart and resolute. Take care of the gods in the north, and I'll make sure that the south handles itself. And when this is all over, we'll drink to victory. First round's on me. Yours, the Inquisitor. Alright, so let's see where we can use this. Oh, we got a bunch of companions that want to talk to us suddenly. Let's see what Emmerich has to say first.
Rook, interested in visiting the Memorial Gardens?
What are you up to?
I must tend to some rites in the necropolis. I'd like to show you its more peaceful side.
Okay. So we'll do that side quest at a later point, probably. Oh, I got new altars finally. I like that one.
Why do you run around in fancy mage clothes?
Because I like them?
You're barely even wearing a shirt.
You fight Anton with a bare midriff.
Everything all right?
We're fine. Just
Yeah, I
trading
mean,
fashion
Taj
tips.
is not one to be talking
so what
about
I
not
wear is a
wearing
problem
clothes.
for you.
It's not. It's just... Why dress like that? Are you trying to make your mother happy?
Yeah, quit being a bitch, Tosh. Leave him alone. Leave
I
Dev
don't know
alone.
what your problem is here, Tosh, but you're out of line.
Relax, Rook. I'm a big girl. Tosh, you mentioned me trying to make my mother happy. What's that have to do with how I dress?
It's just something my mother said the other day. And I act more like a man than a woman.
And you feel like you should wear dresses to make her happy?
No. Can you imagine me in a dress? I'd look stupider than I'd look stupid.
I mean, Kanari can wear dresses, sure. It's not about the dress, I guess?
This isn't about the dress, is it?
No, it's... I don't know. She always says stuff like that. About how I dress, how I act.
And?
It feels... right. When she says I act more like a man. It feels... right. Why does it feel right?
Tosh, do you like being a woman?
Nobody likes being a woman.
Ah.
I mean,
This is
there's
stupid.
probably some people
Forget I
that
said
enjoy
anything.
being a woman. It's not like it's... I mean, I don't think it's terrible. I don't think being a man's great either, but, like, yeah, I don't think it's fair to judge everyone saying, well, being a woman sucks. You're getting there. They're there.
It's not stupid, Tosh.
I guess we're playing
what you're saying
therapist
is
now.
important. You can figure this out. At your own
No,
pace,
I hate
but
being a woman.
You're already talking.
Well,
about
I'm
it.
glad you're a
That's
woman
good
because
step.
I'm in love with
I don't
you.
even know what it is.
Some
mean,
of my friends in Minrathas talk about not feeling
you know, we
comfortable
have
in
to
their
have
own
men
skin.
and women
as
in
a
the
man,
world.
As a woman.
I don't like
I
being a
could see if
man
they'd like to talk.
sometimes.
Maybe what they say fits how you're feeling.
Yeah. Okay. And thanks. You do look really pretty.
Oh,
To look at, I'd smudge your makeup.
thanks for letting me down gently.
It's weird. Rook's like the therapist of the group now.
Lucanus? Where is he?
Uh-oh. Lucanus, where'd you go? So if I was a man, you wouldn't love me the same? That's rude. I mean, I would probably still love you as a best friend, but I wouldn't have much physical attraction towards you if you were a man, I can say that. Hello, Hassan.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Please do. I need to hear an actual voice now and then.
Can't imagine why.
I'm starting to dream that I'm a griffin.
Maybe you're
Squawk.
slowly becoming one. Nice parenting skills, sure.
Well, you get high marks for effort.
He's toying with me. So what brings you by?
Just curious, really. Wondering what it's like being a Grey Warden. They've always been these legendary warriors living apart from the world.
Don't know about that. I spent time with people who were bad right up till they took their vow.
How so?
Weishaupt is the last stop for the wrong sort. If you're facing prison or worse, you can always join the Grey Wardens and take your chances with the Blight.
I prefer prison. You're not like that. I joined the Wardens. Oh, why is the first Warden angry?
Has your first Warden always been, well...
A stubborn bastard?
One way of putting it.
He means well in his own way. He's old-fashioned. Tradition is everything. Keeps us disciplined. We never deviate from it.
He'll have to. Elganon and Gillenane won't play by his rules.
If he even believes in them. The man doesn't have much imagination. Even the right sort can be the wrong sort.
I heard about Weishaupt. Never been there.
It's a giant fortress and home of the Grey Wardens. It's been standing for as long as anyone remembers. At least since the first Blight.
Does it have floating buildings like the lighthouse?
No, but things float up from the latrines.
Huh.
That's funny.
Fun bunch you hang out with.
The wrong sort have their charm.
And just how wrong are the wrong sort?
Thieves, brigands, pirates, and the odd murderer now and then.
Sounds fun. Right up to the murdering.
At least now they're murdering Darkspawn.
A hot meal and warm bed in Weishaupt is better than rotting in some dungeon.
It would be, but the food's always cold, and Weishaupt's drafty in the winter.
Are you really selling it?
It gets better. When Darkspawn threaten a village, when innocent people are in danger, then we swoop in, swords held high, armor gleaming, while 100 faces look to us for salvation. And they all live to see the sunrise because of what we do.
Okay. Now I get it.
Best part is the Warden fighting alongside you. Maybe they've done some bad things in the past. But after that day, it's different. There's some honor in their life where there wasn't before. Nothing like seeing redemption happen before your eyes.
Everyone deserves that.
We all need that chance. Put past sins to right.
It makes the Warden stronger to have people in our ranks who've lived in the shadows. When the storm comes, you don't want farmers and florists fighting archdemons. It takes the wrong sort to put the world right.
Kinda like us, I suppose.
Minus the skeleton butler.
I don't know. Manfred the Warden. Has a ring to it.
I
How
think
about we quit
Manfred
while
would be
we're
a
ahead?
great warden.
See you around.
He's probably fearless, you know. I don't see Manfred running away from a fight. We love Manfred! Oh, Lucanus is over here now. Okay. 10 out of 10, best warden. Agreed. There can be no better warden. I guess we gotta talk to Balara. I find her character grating. She just reminds me of Sarah in a lot of ways.
I cannot say.
Who created you?
I cannot say.
What can you say?
I cannot say.
Right. Deserve that.
Got the archive spirit working, I see.
Go find Lucanus. After
you're
this,
here.
we will.
And I did. Sort of. A little bit. It appears, but it won't tell me anything.
I cannot
You
say.
simply ask the wrong questions. A common affliction of the weak-minded.
Also that. It's kind of mean.
It's hold it back.
Just insult it right back. Assuming you know how to insult a spirit.
I've never thought about
Your
it.
blue
How would
tint
you
looks
do that?
dumb.
Emmerich might know. That is an idea. Syrian learned a lot, taught me a lot about these archives. They have, well, not thoughts like us, but sort of pathways, I guess. They can only respond to specific questions, worded in specific ways.
They're like VIs.
So, if you're powerful, like almost God-level powerful,
Does not compute.
how would you talk to someone you see as lesser?
Condescendingly, it seems.
Really condescendingly, based on experience so far.
Right! You wouldn't ask questions, you'd tell them what to do, so let's try that. Archive, tell me who built you.
One of the greatest of Elvenar, a steward of her glory. Truly, I was blessed to bathe in his warmth. Anaris built me, and to him I shall someday return.
You mean the Forgotten One?
Not the
I
Forgotten
cannot
One.
say.
Good point. That was us.
A forgotten one? You mean the bad gods parents use to scare their kids into behaving?
Don't speak their name or they'll come for you. Now we know what the so-called good gods were like. Really like, I mean. So who knows what they really were? The Forgotten Ones. They used to say Solus was one, so best case scenario like him. Worst case, well, you heard it talk.
Right. So this thing's dangerous if it belonged to one of them.
Destroy it!
But still important and invaluable. Everything Anaris knew, this thing knows, and my people deserve to know. If I can get it to tell me.
This could be a lot like Meryl. Playing with dangerous technology.
Archive, Tell
like,
me about the
Illuvians and spirits and
An
demons.
ideologue and a fool who will soon pay the price.
I guess it's not
When
technology,
Anaris
but I
dispatches
keep
the
thinking this is a
Evanurus,
VI
he will
instead of
spare
a
a
spirit.
thought for Fen'Harel.
Because it seems very solid for a spirit.
Archive. Tell me about the Evanurus.
A group of cowards hiding behind their more powerful magic and superior numbers. Their jealousy of Anaris was palpable. Their war is unending. But Anaris will prevail.
You've got a chance to learn more about our people. Go for it. Just be careful. And try not to break anything.
Right. Thanks, Rook.
Balar's gonna blow
All
the whole
thanks
place
must
up.
be given to Anaris, for he will cast down the oppressive Evanurus and take his rightful place.
What a shame I can't stay longer. Good luck.
Appreciate the support.
I guess the spirit's already gone. Is Lucanus in my room? Oh no, he's like downstairs.
Back, demon! No further! Isn't standing up to them supposed to work?
Let Lucanus go! Don't make us hurt both of you!
What's going on? Lucanus?
It's not Lucanus, it's the demon. It's taking him over. He's trying to leave.
Smells like jam and brimstone.
Rook, do something!
Spite. This man is not your puppet, and stunts like this won't change that.
How did... Rook? Dash?
You tried to walk through the Illuvian in your sleep.
Down,
Spite one
middle.
I need coffee.
Are you sure you're all right?
This could be better. It's hard for Spite to take control when I'm awake, so I try to stay awake.
You can't just stay awake forever. I think that would kill you.
Yes, it would.
I'll be more careful next time.
Tie yourself down. Can we talk to Spite?
We have to make Spite understand that he's endangering you.
He's Spite, not learning. He doesn't listen to anyone. Don't worry about it. This won't happen again. And thanks.
I mean, at least Spite wasn't like trying to murder everyone. I feel like that's what most demons would do. Well, I guess it looks like we talked with everyone. Everyone but Harding wanted to talk to us, because I guess our relationship's just dead or something. It seems we've unlocked some mural that maybe has some insight to Solus's past. I bet the whole party's gonna gather around and look at it.
You cannot do this, Algernon. You swore that we would give up our commands when this horrific war was over.
Our people need our leadership. If you're unwilling, leave.
Our people must rebuild, and we must help unite them.
So, we did not fight for freedom, but to conquer this land and our own.
We fought to win, and now the Evanurus are as gods. I do not answer to Mythal's annoying lapdog.
The people are afraid. They must believe in something.
They need strength.
And wisdom.
They need gods who can protect them.
We are not gods. You will learn that.
Every lapdog hides a wolf inside.
That was strange. They were speaking Elven, but I understood it.
I believe we have experienced a memory in each of our native languages.
Not just any memory. One of the Dread Wolves.
And the mages who declared themselves my gods? Well, mine and Davrin's, and Rook's.
Hey, nice call out to me being Elven. That's cool. Not my gods. I can be an atheist. Elf. Sure, not mine.
They're not gods at all. Much less my gods.
I'm with Rook.
All right. What else can we take from this memory?
Elgranon was hungry for power. Did anything he could to get it, and to hold on to it.
Then Solus, furious at Elganon's installing himself as a despot, started his rebellion.
There's another moving part in this. Mythal.
I like how Emmerich's just looking like a fucking boss over there with his staff and sitting in this cool chair.
The Inquisition found a temple
You'd
to
think like
Mythal,
Emmerich's like
and
the
there were
leader.
wolf statues
The way he's sitting
everywhere.
at the table.
Then she sides with Elgranon over him. A betrayal.
And then we got Lucanus just drinking coffee.
It sounded like Solus was loyal to Mythal. What did Elganon call him? Mythal's lapdog? And then she grabs power alongside Elganon instead of standing
Nev
for her
disapproves.
principles.
What a surprise.
I'd be angry too.
Angry enough to start a rebellion?
That's not how he'd see it. He didn't destroy the world. Elganon did. Solus did what he considered necessary to stop him.
Solus would try to justify what he did, but he'd also blame himself for what happened.
Perhaps these murals aren't simply memories. They're what Solus wishes to forget.
His regrets. That means they're a way to learn his weak points.
Why are we worried about Solus? He's trapped.
Right.
He can't
But
be
the
trapped
Dread
forever.
Wolf was the god of trickery. He's looking for a way out. Bet on it.
Meanwhile, keep your eyes open in the crossroads. If there's a way to restore the rest of these murals, Solus would have kept it in his hideaway. It'd be nice to get inside his head for a change.
Alright, group dismissed. Good talk. Is there another memory to view in the lighthouse? Oh, pff. Apparently there's just one like 5 feet behind me. We're talking about going to the crossroads and there's one that's literally right behind us. There are 6 in total, okay.
I was not certain you would come.
You were the one who walked away. I never turn my back when my friend needs me.
The Evanurus seek the magic of the Blight.
Impossible. The Blight is safely sealed away forever.
Though I wish I could believe you, I have sensed the breaking of the wards.
I will investigate your claims. If they forget the danger of the Blight, I will endeavor to remind them.
What if, instead, you left the Evanurus and remained with me? Do you not wish for freedom from this struggle?
Be at peace, love. I will stop them.
Oh! Mythal and Solus were lovers.
The Blight is our mistake.
I don't think I knew that. If I did, I forgot. You need all 6 wolf statues. Have I gotten them already? I think I've gotten all 6.
Solus love in that memory.
That's what it sounded like.
So they were doing it.
The elven
So they were
gods
doing
free
it.
with their emotions.
Yo, they were
They
banging.
felt things deeply. The way they express things, well, it feels romantic to us, but that wasn't really how it was. Back then, I mean.
Nah, they were doing it.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, they were absolutely doing it.
Being with someone you're rebelling against? Doesn't sound like Solus.
That was actually pretty
He
funny.
also met her in secret and talked about how they could run off together.
It sounded so tragic and romantic.
Oh, wait. Never mind. That does sound like him.
So the Dread Wolf goes to Mythal. They might be fighting, but they have history.
And he warns her about the other gods using the Blight. That's more important than his rebellion. It's like kingdoms coming together when an archdemon rises.
Mythal didn't think it was possible. She said the Blight was sealed away. There's an old legend about it. Davrin, the one with Andrul's armor. Not sure it matters.
Tell us the story, sure.
We're deep in elven lore already.
Tosh approves?
Right.
Tosh wants to hear about
Andrul
elven
was the
lore?
goddess of the hunt.
That's
she
interesting.
put on armor, magic armor, made us something called the Void. Drove her mad.
I remember this.
Maybe it's because she's
The
just
other
hearing
gods were
about really
afraid
cool
Andrul would
armor.
turn on them. She was doing all kinds of horrible things, causing plagues. It does sound like the Blight.
Well, it all ends with Mythal fighting Andrul. After, Mythal turned into a dragon.
She what? Why didn't you start with that?
Anyway,
That's
she
why
took
she
Andrul's
approves.
armor
She's
away.
like, yo,
Then
a
Andrul's
dragon?
madness left, and peace returned.
Intriguing. So it's possible Andrul stumbled onto the magic of the Blight.
And when Andrul went mad, Mythal took it from her and locked it away.
Until someone started using it again.
Okay, Solus warns Mythal about the other gods using the Blight. It's not just bad, it's something bad he feels responsible for. The Blight was our mistake.
How is the Blight their mistake? Did they find it? Did they make it? What does that mean?
Whatever it was, it convinced Mythal to take him seriously.
So Mythal goes off to investigate what Solus says. Then, what? It's too clean.
Seems plenty messy with them doing it.
But this isn't just a memory. It's something Solus wanted to hide. What's the crime? What did we see here that he feels guilty about?
I think I might know. When the Inquisitor was saving the world from the breach, she met Mythal.
What? Like in a dream?
It was complicated. She helped the Inquisition. There was a magic pond and a dragon.
Nice.
The point is, she also said the other elven gods betrayed her, killed her.
Okay, sorry, point of order. If they killed Mythal, how was she still around to help the Inquisition?
Elven god magic? She'd spent centuries gathering strength and sharing people's bodies, I think.
If it was a truly benign possession, that speaks to her character.
The one good god got killed.
Solus goes to Mythal, the one semi-reasonable elven god, for help, and the other gods kill her for it. I imagine the Dread Wolf's rebellion heated up significantly after that.
Right. And Mythal wasn't there to keep the other gods in check anymore.
Well, it's not just that she died.
What do you mean, Tosh?
It's... Ugh. There was stuff he wanted to tell her, but he waited too long, and then she was dead. He never got to make it right. That twists you up.
Well, Tosh actually makes
There's
a
our
good
crime.
point.
Doesn't really tell us anything we can use, though.
We know more than we did. That's something.
Then I guess we keep our eyes open if we come across more of these memories.
Alright, group dismissed! I guess we're just about to marathon all these memories here. Time for soulless lore dumping.
You
You dare to try to cage us, jealous of our growing power?
You will pay the final price for this betrayal.
We warned you not to use the Blight. For this, and for Mythal, I sentence you to sleep in exile ever after. Your own lives will form the veil that keeps the horror you unleashed at bay.
So he locked the gods away and created a veil between this world and the Fade. I mean, they were terrible, no question. But what he did, it didn't just stop them. It destroyed our culture, our world.
It wasn't just to stop them. It was to stop the Blight. We've seen how bad Elganon and Gillenane are. Imagine
I
all
love me
7
some
corrupted
good
gods
lore.
running wild.
So he
This
created
is all
the veil
interesting to
just
listen
to keep
to.
the elven gods locked in their prison?
Yes, to keep them from accessing the Fade. But was the creation of the veil around the world an accident?
Yes.
You heard him
I
yelling.
think so.
That's not the sound of a ritual going right.
What do you think, Rook?
He was fighting tyrants. It's not just us panicking. It makes sense. Innocent people died. He was fighting tyrants.
I am a shadow dragon. We've been fighting against power-hungry mages for a while now. Solus was doing the same. Looks like he did the best he could.
Even as he destroyed our people's world, locked away who we were.
Why do you keep saying our
gods were
people?
using the
Like,
Blight.
I might be
The
elven,
Elven
but that
Empire
doesn't
was
mean that
burning
I
down one way or
identify with
another.
ancient elves.
And it's clear he wishes he'd done it differently. That's why he's ashamed of this memory.
I had another question, and I'm sorry, maybe this doesn't matter, but Solus trapped the blighted gods in an ancient elven building, right?
That's what it looks like. Maybe a palace? Fancier than what I've seen in Arlathan, at least.
And then, the Magisters were lured into the Fade. They broke in, which let the Blight escape, and turned the Golden City black.
Right, and the Black City hangs in the Fade, a little reminder of their mistakes. What's wrong, Lace?
It's just, the Chant of Light says that the Maker built for them the Golden City, the center of all creation. But if the Golden City was an ancient elven palace, then the Maker didn't build it. The elves did. The Chant of Light is Andraste's visions from the Maker, but it sounds like it's wrong.
You're asking if we just
Are you
disproved
telling
the
me
entire Andrastian
that
faith?
the Chantry's bullshit? That's not a surprise to me at all. Oh, we get to make our religious belief here? Confirm continued belief in the Maker. Speak as someone who does not believe in the Maker. Put aside questions of the Maker. Share Harding's belief and anxiety at learning this. Speak as someone who does not believe in the Maker. Do not give a personal view regarding belief in the Maker. Just saying the Maker and Chant of Light reminded me too much of Christianity. I'm sorry, Harding, but I don't believe in the Maker, I don't think, as this character. Yeah, don't let this shake you.
The Maker was never my faith, Lace, but I don't think you have to give it up.
But what they taught us was just wrong. What if the Maker just doesn't exist?
The Chant of Light might be wrong, but it's been made and changed by people over 1,000 years.
There was a whole verse about an elf named Shartan, and the Chantry just cut it out.
So maybe the Golden City was meant as a metaphor. Or maybe it was added because of politics. That might change the history, but it doesn't have to change your whole faith.
The Dalish clans are struggling with the same thing. What do we keep? What do we lose?
The elven gods, the Maker. No matter who you light a candle to, you've got some hard questions to ask yourself right now.
Doctrine is not the truth. It is one of many paths to the truth.
I recognize the sentiment, though not the specific quote. Who said that?
My mother.
My mom.
Questions of faith aside, we have some very real gods that still need killing.
Looks like there are 3 more of these murals with the Dreadwolf's old memories. Wonder what else he's hiding.
We're about to find it out all today, Davrin. And I'm like speedrunning achievements here, apparently. All right, team, gather around. We got another movie to watch.
Why not consider joining it?
But I have no desire to live as humans. I have the Fade. Besides, there's talk of taking on a solid form. I think you underestimate the danger. When you took the glowing stone to build your body, did the earth not shake?
The lyrium gives us the strength we had when we were of the Fade. We are the best of physical and spirit. I need your wisdom, Solus, to withstand the louder voices who would go too far like Elganon. I need you.
This is madness. You must know that. I will always follow where you go.
Just saying, Solus looks really cool in that getup.
What?
This is astounding. The ancient elves were spirits who voluntarily manifested a physical form.
I'd rather go back to talking about the Blight.
Hey, Lucanus. Could Spite turn into an elf?
No.
Sorry,
no.
What?
Am I a spirit? I guess our secret's out. This is great. I'm not a spirit. Am I a spirit? That was so funny. I guess the secret's out.
We hid the truth for as long as we could, but yes, Valara, Davrin, and I have secretly been spirits this whole time.
Not funny.
I don't know. Sounds like something a rage demon would say.
You're going to confuse Tosh.
What? I wasn't listening. There weren't any dragons in this one.
To be clear, this memory only
Tosh
shows
is just
that the first
a
elves
meathead.
originated from spirits.
What? No
You
dragons?
three are no more spirits than anyone else conceived naturally.
Conceived naturally? Guess I'll go ask my mother.
The knowledge that an entire people were formed from a mass manifestation could change our entire understanding of magic.
If we let it out, is that the right call? Do you want bigoted humans yelling about how elves are demons?
Davrin's got a point. World's not short on small-minded humans.
Nobody would buy it. I don't want to cause harm. People have bigger worries.
If the world learned about this, and it led to attacks against elves.
Elves have enough trouble as it is down in Ferelden.
We have to tell someone, though. Strife and Irulan, at least.
If I told Thea and Viago, they'd think I was sampling Viago's poison collection. No one will believe us.
Okay. We keep this to people we trust who have good reason to know. No shouting it from the rooftops.
Elves are spirits!
The Morn Watch has a great deal of experience keeping dangerous secrets.
So, beyond the world-shaking stuff, what else did we learn here? Solus himself was a spirit.
What kind do you think he was?
Well, his name is Elven for pride.
Oh, okay.
There's something else. Not about spirits, or not all about them at least. Solus didn't want to become a person with a physical body.
Right. He only agreed after Mythal begged him.
Then that's his regret. He wishes he'd never taken physical form.
Maybe, but not just that. Solus was scared. They built their bodies out of lyrium, and it made the ground shake.
They hurt the Titans. Those idiots. This started the war.
Lyrium is the blood of the Titans.
The Titans would have felt it as an attack. They defended themselves.
The first memory we saw with Elganon seizing power, it happened at the end of a war.
A war between the Titans and the Elves.
Lace, I'm so sorry.
It feels like we still don't have the full picture. But I think that's part of what Solus regrets. He didn't see the danger.
Except he did. He was worried. You said it yourself.
He did it for Mithal. Everything that followed, he could have prevented if he just told her no.
Then he's got a war on his conscience. Plus, whatever we find next.
Alright, break time. At this point, I'm like, guys, you shouldn't even bother leaving. Just come back. What's with this spooky skull thing here? Memory number 5, I think. Oh, it's so bright.
Have you created what we need?
With this, the proper ritual will sunder every Titan from its spirit. But you must know those severed dreams will certainly be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger. It is awful what we're doing.
And the only way to end this war.
That was a short one, but one that held a lot of information.
Solus made the weapon that killed the Titans. No, not killed. He cut away their dreams and left them broken and mindless. He passed me in the halls of Skyhold for a year. He made polite conversation, and he knew. He knew what he did.
How like him. I am sorry for my people. I don't like that response. Sorry, Harding. How could he do that? Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't know what to say, Lace. I can't even imagine.
Pay attention.
I'm so sorry.
I am.
I served in the Inquisition. I know terrible things happen in war. But to do something like this...
The Titans were the size of mountains. I doubt the elves were.
Remember the DLC with Shaper Volta and the Titan Heart?
Cost of saving his people.
Honestly, I do
Fear
not.
and guilt make people do
was
stupid
that in
things.
Inquisition?
To do such a thing. No wonder regret eats away at Solus.
No, it's worse than that. That isn't what Solus regrets. Those severed dreams will be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger.
Mierda.
You can't. That's not possible.
When a warden hears the calling, it's like a song in their mind. Sound familiar to you, Lace?
The Song of Lyrium. Of the Titans.
We think of the Blight as this monstrous force with no mercy, no compassion. Evil incarnate. Instead, it's a caged animal. Mistreated and imprisoned for centuries. Until all it knows is fear.
So this is how the Blight started. Pretty much.
In all my talks with him, Solus hates the Blight more than anything. Even more than Elganon. But it wasn't hatred. It was guilt. He knew this could happen and he still didn't stand up to Mithal and stop it.
Each of these memories has been a deeper regret, and almost all of them involve Mithal.
Only one mural left to uncover by my count. If we find it, we'll see what's worse than this.
Alright, well, time to find the final memory. Ah, this is the most recent one. This is the one where, at the end of Inquisition, right before the Trespasser DLC.
I knew that you would find me soon enough. You need the power of a god, the strength that I alone still carry.
The blighted Evanuris will soon break free from their prison. I must make a stronger one that can contain them.
While the prison is important, it is not the only goal you seek.
Why should I not tear down the veil and bring back immortality to all the Elven people? They deserve it.
The Elven people of today do not deserve to see the world they love be torn apart to salve your conscience.
I must fix what I have broken. I am sorry.
As am I, old friend.
He lost his hair in that mural.
Solus killed Mythal? After all that? Is this another memory from a different time?
No. He wore that same outfit in the Inquisition. We knew Solus woke up in this world without most of his power. Now we know how he got it back.
By killing the only other god around and stealing her power.
All that epic magic and godly power. In the end, it comes down to love and murder. Same as always.
And all that gets us, he needs to be right, he loved and blamed her.
Every big mistake Solus made is tied to Mythal. He sacrificed his life as a spirit to join her.
He sacrificed his morals when he created the dagger to stop the Titans.
When the other gods struck her down, he destroyed the Elven Empire to avenge her.
Then he wakes up in this world, where everything's gone but his mistakes. And there she is, alive.
And after all he's done, she sides against him again.
All these mistakes are his fault, and hers too. If she won't help him fix the world, of course he has to kill her.
So, how does everything we know help us now?
He's being honest about fighting the Blight. Whatever happens, he won't risk letting it back out into the world.
Agreed. But he has a plan to escape that prison, and not one we'll like.
He turned on Mythal, the one person he was actually loyal to. There's no way he won't turn on us.
He's a spirit, or was once. He might be able to possess someone, affect minds, all the things spirits do.
He created the veil. His very nature is tied to it. That will be a source of strength, but also a potential weakness.
Mythal has him all messed up. Anything about her or Elgernon is gonna make him angry. Sloppy.
Solus thinks he knows what's best for everyone. Anything he does, he'll do while telling himself he's the hero.
Yeah, I think he's wrong, but not evil.
Solus has caused a lot of damage, but he's not like Elgernon, trying to wreck the world to rule it. He's trying to repair the damage he caused, and he knows he's made mistakes. There might be hope for him.
You don't think he'll turn on us?
Oh no, he's totally gonna turn on us. I mean after that.
Oh, he's totally gonna turn on us.
You have witnessed the Protector's tale, Dweller. Almost to its end.
Almost? How can there be more?
When the mighty fall, their echoes cross the ages. An audience is warranted. Speak with your visitor. She awaits you in the crossroads.
Okay, looks like we're speaking to someone else. The entire party approves for finding the last memory. Not enough to level a single person up, though, it seems. Away to the crossroads we go to speak with Morgan. Let's go ahead and make a save real quick, since it's been a little while since we've done that.
Well, man.
How did you get here?
I did tell you I had my ways through Illuvians when I introduced you to the Inquisitor, did I not?
The Illuvians in general, yes, but not the Dread Wolf's crossroads.
I would think you have more pressing questions at the moment. Questions about Solus and Mythal?
Mythal?
The two gods have always been linked, have they not? First, when Mythal bade her companion spirit to abandon the Fade and take on mortal form. Then, when Solus spilled Mythal's mortal blood, that he might absorb her power as his own.
Wait. How do you know exactly what we saw of Solus's past?
Think upon it, Rook. You saw for yourself in the Dread Wolf's memories. When Mythal stood against the gods' manipulations of the Blight, she was betrayed and struck down. Yet she survived and returned ages later to aid the Inquisition in its hour of need. How?
I think Morgan's Mythal.
The elven gods had access to magic beyond anything we can imagine?
To be sure, but it matters less what they possessed than what they were. You recall that the first elves were spirits, do you not? Mythal was a spirit turned elven. And when her body was struck down, to spirit she returned. Her essence sheltered in a willing mortal vessel. Over the centuries, she journeyed from host to host, slowly.
So that's why
her
Morgan
former
seems so
power
much
anew.
more compassionate
Until
in this
once
game.
again, she was struck down, on this occasion, by Solus. He absorbed her power, but not her memories.
Then where did they... Wait. You?
As you say.
Huh.
If your Mythal returned in Morrigan, we need your help with fighting the gods.
And here I am, as you may notice. But there is something I must make clear.
What you doing?
What? That was like how Elganon and Gillenane can talk in your head, but...
'Twas Mythal you heard, her echoes. Yet I am not the goddess returned.
What are you, then?
I once feared Mythal would consume me were I to carry her, but 'twas not so. I remain free-willed and mortal. What I now possess is but a spark of Mythal, shadowed memories through which to sift for meaning. As to our admixture, I suspect you have questions?
I think it's canon that Morgan drank from the Well of Sorrows in this instance. I don't think the Inquisitor did it.
How can you carry Mythal's soul if you're not an elf?
Her spark has sheltered within both elves and humans who were sympathetic to her in thought and circumstance. Mythal's last host was a woman wronged, trapped by those sworn to love her. We may readily imagine their kinship.
The fall of our civilization, the wars, everything elves went through. Where was Mythal for us then?
After the god's betrayal, she was a shadow of her former self, bereft of her power, slowly regaining her strength over the centuries. So she aided the elves as she could, speaking in dreams and offering counsel that ended blights and prevented wars.
At least now we know.
See, the writing with all of this is amazing. And it's like a night and day difference between some of the writing in other parts of the game. The dialogue between everything with Solus and with Morgan and Rook here, This is like peak Dragon Age in terms of the dialogue. I think, at least. So I don't understand. It's crazy how it's like this is so good right now, and I'm so intrigued. And then like other parts of the game, it feels like the writing's made from an entirely different staff. How did this all happen?
So, there's the soul of an elven god inside you. How does that even happen?
Mathal's last host was my mother, Flemeth.
Oh.
When I learned she intended me to become the next receptacle of an ancient god's soul, I feared naught would be left of my own. It inevitably came to pass on a deep night. I was awakened by the presence of a blaze of magic in the shape of a woman who both was and was not my mother.
That sounds terrifying.
I don't think I'd recover from that.
Neither did I, at the start. Mathal's memories were both gift and burden, this blazing woman told me, but I must accept them of my own accord. The decision was paralyzing. What would it mean to become such a host? What would be lost if I refused? In the end, 'twas something in my mother's voice which guided me.
What was that?
Regret. Not the regret of a god, but of a mother who knew she would never see me again. And so, my mind remains my own. What I gained was knowledge, both Mathal's and of those who bore her.
You would have met Solus in the Inquisition, right?
I did indeed. 'Twas before I possessed Mathal's memories. At the time, I thought Solus a scowling elven apostate whose sole passion was finding arguments. He heard me, in all my ignorance, expound on the histories of the elven people, explaining legends he had witnessed himself.
Bet he loved that.
'Tis not a memory that brings me pride.
That's funny.
Do you have information we can use against Gillenane or Elganon, or Solus?
The last time Mathal faced Elganon and Gillenane, she was struck down by the very dagger you now carry.
What about Solus?
You may recall he murdered Mathal's former host to claim her godly might as his own. I hoard no untapped magical secrets, Rook. What I do possess, I share freely with you and the Veil Jumpers.
All right. You didn't come out here just to tell me you're Mathal.
I am not Mathal in her entirety, but yes, the Dreadwolf has occasion to visit you in dreams, where he portions out advice. And now, after finding his memories, you have peered into his deepest sorrows. Tell me then, what do you make of Solus?
He's a self-pitying monster. He's torn but doesn't know it. He's trying to help. Trapped. I feel sorry for him. What do you think?
I should ask you. Mythal knew Solus better than anyone.
I would influence your answer. Or do you mean to discover if I would stand directly against the Dread Wolf were there a need?
Would you?
I shall aid you in any way but that, even had I the power. What has passed between Solus and Mathal, I beg you, do not ask this of me again.
I feel sorry for him, yeah.
Every decision he made, Solus thought he could save people, stop things from getting worse. Now his only way forward is a plan so terrible his last friends had to stop it.
An unfortunate belief that all paths are closed but those one has already taken.
There might have been a better choice.
'Tis not malice which made Solus your opponent, but conviction, a belief that only he may halt what he set in motion. Yet Solus was once beloved of Mathal. 'Tis his very loyalty and love for his people that led to the tragedy we now face. You may be in a position to determine how it ends, more so than either of you might realize.
Maybe there's a way we all get what we want.
Do you truly believe such a thing?
Well, maybe at least what we deserve.
If you would shape the outcome of your battle, I've one last secret to share. When Mythal was struck down by the other gods, it was with her own lyrium dagger, the dagger you now carry. Solus recovered it from Elganon, and from it extracted a fragment of Mythal that had lain hidden within its depths. This fragment, a younger sister to the one I carry, if you will, resides here, in the crossroads. I can open the way for you. Find her, survive the encounter, and the essence you obtain will aid you in times to come.
Sounds good. There are 2 Mythals. Survive the encounter. What?
All of that sounded great until survive the encounter.
You know Solus, and have seen Elganon, and memories of Mythal. They are creatures of emotion, as all spirits are. The fragment of Mythal that resides in me lived among mortals for thousands of years. She has grown wiser and more patient. This younger sister has not. She is the essence of Mythal as a god. She is unlikely to listen to polite requests, and though she is but a fragment of the goddess, the battle will test you sorely.
If she's just going to attack us, why tell us about her at all? We have enough enemies already.
A fragment of a god's essence is a powerful thing. It may give you options against Elganon and Gillenane, or against the Dreadwolf himself, should he prove as cunning and treacherous as ever.
If I were to try to talk with her, do you have any suggestions?
She will demand respect, but detest flattery. She appreciates righteous anger, but will not tolerate pity. She is, for want of better phrasing, prickly. But if you are determined to try, then I wish you luck.
I don't think talking is going to be an option.
You would know this aspect of Mythal better than anyone. Could you try talking to her?
I dare say she would attack me on sight.
Spirits can't get along with fragments of each other.
Spirits, certainly. But the aspects of a self-righteous god who have walked different paths for ages? One bears the insult of her betrayal by the Evanuris, and then by Solus, as fresh wounds, insult upon injury. The other once fell in love with an Alamari chieftain and lived happily in a swamp for centuries. Each reminds the other that another path existed, that they could have been wrong, and nothing angers Mythal like being wrong.
What kind of spirit was Mythal before she became an elf? I know Solus is elven for pride.
Mythal enjoyed ruling and having power, but it came not from the overweening desire to crush resistance, as is the case with Elganon. The emotion that inspired her might best be described as benevolence, a guiding hand inclined to kindness. But like any spirit, when angered or twisted against her purpose, a more violent aspect arose. Where the Dreadwolf's wisdom gave way to pride when the world did not meet his standards, Mythal's benevolence gave way to retribution. After all, when kindness fails, the guilty must be punished.
Thank you for the information, Morrigan.
There is one more thing, if I may. Something whispered not by myself, but Mythal. The elves have learned many of the glories and horrors of ancient Elvenon. Yet your people live in this world now as the old elves never could. Know it as they could not. There is your strength. 'Tis why you shall surpass what came before one day.
Did Mythal see this? Is it a prediction?
A hope from a mother to her distant children, no less beloved than any before them.
Oh, that's actually really sweet. Well, a dangerous fight lies ahead of us. I think I want to bring the strongest companions I got if we're going up against this battle here. So I think we're going to go with Emmerich and Harding, because I think they're probably my best right now. And we'll give this fight a go, see if we can make this a victory for us. Or we might just have to come back later. I think I'm actually going to respec Emmerich a little bit into the healing tree. So get rid of this time slow here, I think. Because as much healing as we can get. Healer and no lightning. Okay. Well, we got 2 healers, just in case I need it, because I'm going to be the one that's focusing on damage. I'm not too worried about detonating combos. We'll do them if we can. But I think the best thing we can do is just have as much healing available as we can get. So if they're both spec'd into healing, then we might be able to survive it.
A god's fragment, sharper than the whole. Prevail, or be sundered completely.
It's like an optional final boss. It's kind of a spectacle, it feels like.
We're getting close to where Morrigan said that other fragment of Mythal was. That has to be her.
Do you believe she'll be willing to speak with us? Or are we bound for violence?
Guess we'll find out.
Alright, let's make another save right here, because I'm getting a little anxious. Go over this first one here.
You are Rook. I have seen you and your companions. I never again expected to see my children in the Dreadwolf's crossroads.
Oh, she's not too bad.
And you know who I am.
Mythal.
Are you just saying that to make me feel better?
Betrayal by the rest of the Evernuris, if this can be called surviving. Solas. He drew me from the dagger that struck me down, but what is left of me can only survive here. I cannot return to the world, and even the true Fade is denied me. All I can do is watch. Have you come to seek the blessing of your god? Or did you come to ask your god to sacrifice herself to help you defeat the monsters Elganon and Gillenane have become?
No, you're not just saying it to make me feel better. Die, false god! Immediately ask for combat.
I came here to ask for your help. The gods have endangered the world and...
You dare explain to me what they are doing? You are 1,000 years from knowing the proper words.
We saw Solas's memories, his regrets.
You saw the recollection he cultivated like a tree, twisting to catch the sun. You wish for my help? Convince me. Make your case, and I will yield my essence willingly to help you against Elganon and Gillenane. Fail, and I shall kill you for wasting my time, or you will kill me and obtain my essence in doing so. A harder-edged, simpler version. It has been centuries since a petitioner stood before me, so why should I help you?
I mean, I would just say we are worthy.
I am worthy of your help.
That is for me to judge.
I am fighting to protect this world.
Any petty tyrant can fight those who come to their land and claim to be protecting their people. What is a protector to you?
Killing monsters.
A protector is someone who kills monsters so that the innocent are safe.
That is a child's fantasy of what a true protector should be.
It's not fantasy when those monsters are literally marching toward innocent people as we speak.
Not bad, but not enough. Let us speak of something else.
If I don't stop the gods, the whole world will be corrupted by the Blight.
That is why you must succeed, so tell me why I must help you.
We know the truth about the Blight. We know it came from the imprisoned dreams of the Titans after you and Solus defeated them.
And?
Do I want to call her out on it? Say the Blight is your fault?
And the Blight only happened because of what you did. You need to fix your mistake.
My mistake? I saved lives and ended a war, you petulant child. Your words are weak. Prove your worth or die.
I mean, I don't mind fighting her. She's a bitch. I think we need to put her in her place. This probably was going to result in a fight no matter what.
Everyone get ready.
Her draconic form is quite formidable.
I don't know why my ultimate keeps getting reset. She's a purdy dragon. She's literally 2 levels less than the other dragon you fought. Same attack patterns as the last one too. Yeah, I noticed that the fight's pretty much exactly the same.
Good to go.
Yeah, how do you like that, Mythal? Well, there we go. Now Mythal's gonna join us whether she likes it or not.
We have it. The essence of Mythal the Protector. It burns just being near it. But this is the power we need to finish this.
Strength requires knowledge. How shall we use it?
I think the moment is coming. When we can turn the tide, we'll know.
Alright, well. Any boss chests in this arena here? It doesn't look like it. So I guess that's part of the main quest done. Now we gotta go to the Hosberg wetlands now. Oh, there's the boss chest I was looking for. A pale reflection. Is that not the name of that quest? Hold on. Gate of Pale Reflections. Does having this amulet make that quest work? Because this necklace is named exactly the same. A Pale Reflection. So now I kind of want to go back and check to see if that's working. 20% damage versus enemies with low health. Standard enemies are not always considered to have low health. Okay. Standard enemies are now always considered to have low health. Does not affect boss enemies. That's interesting. Probably not going to use it right now. But, cool to have. And why does this ultimate keep changing? That's like frustrating the crap out of me. Feels like every time I go into a battle, I have to make sure the ultimate didn't change. Solus always thought Mythal would join us eventually, that she was better than the rest of the Evaneris. He made this place so she'd be comfortable here when she joined the rebellion. Now it's too late. Solus has sealed this place off out of grief. He won't let me in. I'm sorry, my friend. There was something left for the war to take from you after all. I guess let's just go to this this Pale Reflection quest here and see if it's not bugged and instead we were just missing an item. Because it just seems a bit coincidental to me that it's literally named exactly the same as this quest here. And
another tendril destroyed.
If it doesn't work, then we can just go and do the Grey Warden quest. Do I have to have the amulet equipped? I think it was just probably a coincidence. Because nothing's changed. Okay. Fair enough. Thought it was worth checking, I guess. Alright, let's talk to Evka and Antoine, since we got their blight samples.
Antoine? Antoine!
Yes? Yes, the blight samples. They're like nothing we've seen, or anything in the Warden.
It's the calling he's hearing.
I almost hear voices in it. The gods calling the blight.
I can't hear anything. But if you believe me...
We knew things were bad. But if the blight's being called, the situation's more unpredictable than we thought. We need to...
I give you two reign, and this is where it leads. Chasing Rook's lies.
First Warden...
Stay away from the Blight and the Wardens. How many times must you be told?
You don't scare me until I get through to you. You don't scare me.
Do you think titles and bluster scare me?
And your venom is better directed toward your magisters.
Rook knew something was wrong.
I can hear it in the samples. The gods. He's telling the truth. The blight has changed, and that changes everything.
It changes nothing. Your sensitivity to blight is useful, Warden Antoine. But you've had more than one snake in your ear.
He's trying to help.
Enough! You tampered with a ritual that unleashed blight. You did not know what you were doing then, and you don't now.
If gods control the blight, we need to
This guy's
change
a
how we
dick.
approach it.
Archdemons controlled blight, and we'd sense if one had risen. We'd make the sacrifices needed to fight it.
But we...
The blight has increased. Now is not the time to lose focus. Wardens Evka and Antoine, are you sworn to combat the blight?
Yes, but...
Then report back to Weishaupt and do so.
That went poorly, even for a talk with him.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
What an asshole. A lot of people are gonna die for his arrogance.
Maybe.
So much for convincing the Wardens.
We can't give you the order, but you have us.
We'll keep tracking the Darkspawn and the Blight. We'll do what we can.
And if we learn the gods' plans, you will too.
The elven god of monsters had been hard at work. She'd taken the Darkspawn and made them so much worse. Now, she and Elganon had their glorious new army. The risen gods were ready. And they had just the target.
I get the feeling some bad shit's about to happen. The Grey Warden's strength went up, even though the Warden Commander hates our guts.
We should take a break. Head back to the lighthouse for a bit.
Oh, that's a bad sign when he's like, we should, you know, go back to the lighthouse for some story events. I need this pure ore. Like a lot of it. I want to buy like 150 of these. Because I go through this stuff like crazy.
Another day.
Was it the Lords of Fortune that I wasn't able to upgrade because I didn't have the ore high enough? Or was it some other party? Because I know there was one party that we could upgrade, we just didn't have the materials for it. I think it was the Lords of Fortune, or it was the Antivan Crows.
Ready to level up your punching experience?
Yeah, it was these guys. Please tell me you got something good and I didn't just waste my money. And we got a trinket for Tash, or Tosh. Tash. Oh, he's really close to the next shop rank up. Let's just sell to him. Just rank it up again. Oh, we can get new weapons for Tosh here. But she's got like several of them, so I'm not sure which would be the best. I never use the attack my target option, so probably not that one. Taunted dragons take plus 50% damage. That's like super situational. But I don't see me using any of the other ones really. Because maximum burning stacks, I don't have like a burn build really. So probably that one actually.
Hey, punch an on-tom for me.
Alright, let's go to the lighthouse. Because I feel like some stuff's about to get blown up.
Rook, just got word. First Warden's calling everyone back to Weishaupt. Everyone except me, seems like. Guess the First Warden didn't like me joining your team.
Calling Wardens back from all over Thedas is a big step. Did he give any reason why?
Not exactly, but I've heard rumors of a massive Darkspawn horde on the move. Even hearing there's an archdemon with them.
We need to warn them.
We need to warn the Wardens. Let them know what's coming.
Agreed. Rook, if the gods have an archdemon, Warden lore says archdemons only show up during a blight. Doesn't say anything about elven gods. Seems like the rules have changed, and we're going in blind. We need to know what we're up against.
I'll talk to Solus. See if he knows anything about any of this. Make sure the others are ready to move.
Time to have a chat with our boy. Before we do that, is there any companions that want to talk? Looks like Harding wants to talk to us. And, Manfred's in the same room as Asan and Davrin, which is a little concerning. And Tosh wants to talk to us also.
Hey, glad you stopped by. I was gonna grab drinks with the Lords of Fortune at the Hilt. Come along if you want. Get to know the Lords.
Sounds good.
I think that's all she wanted to talk about, right?
Any luck tracking down your mystery friend?
The Shaperate didn't like me asking about Shaper Valta. Or harassing people with talk of dwarven magic.
That's disappointing.
Damn. That's a disappointment.
Well, I'm not gonna find my answers in Orzammar. My contacts had no idea what I was talking about.
So, what now?
I was thinking, the voice said look to those closest to the stone. What if she never meant Orzammar?
Huh?
There is another great Tig, the original capital of the dwarves, Kal Shirak. It was lost during the First Blight, and its people survived in isolation for hundreds of years. They re-emerged, some 20 years ago?
And you think they're closer to the stone?
Orzammar can't help. What have I got to lose?
I'm curious about Kal Sharok's isolation.
The dwarves took heavy losses during the First Blight. To stop the Darkspawn from overrunning them, they closed off passages in the deep roads. Those that could retreated to Orzammar. Kal Sharok was lost. They abandoned the city and its people, sealed them away with the Darkspawn.
They had no choice.
They had to. Lose a Taig or lose everyone.
Children, families. It's unforgivable.
Sometimes people have to do unforgivable things.
You've heard, haven't you, that the Kal Sharok dwarves were forced to change in order to survive. No one's really sure what that means exactly.
When we find them, you can ask. Are you sure Orzammar isn't hiding something?
Pressing them for information would be tricky. I could anger someone important. If Kal Sharok doesn't turn out, I can go back to poking at Orzammar. But not before then.
How do we get in touch with these Kal Sharok dwarves?
Already working on it. You don't spend 10 years in the Inquisition without making contacts. I should have a meeting set up by the time we're ready to leave.
I'm probably going to do Harding's quest before we talk to Solus, because it feels like forever since we've had a quest related to Harding. Oh, whoops.
About what we did and who we met and what I thought you might notice. I know you like keeping notes. I thought if you came back, maybe it would help. I'm sorry, that's... No.
It's great, Belle. Really. Thanks.
It's cute how she calls her Belle.
Okay, that's enough. Quiet now.
Hassan's like, yo, you're fucking dead.
Fine. Who wants a treat?
Manfred eats? I do.
Me? I want one.
Well, I don't have any.
Why'd you get my hopes up?
A little white lie to quell the riot.
Are you sure it's little to them?
Give us treats!
Devin, where's my treat?
Come on, guys, give me a break. Rook?
Squawk. Okay, that was a good line.
What are we all saying?
Well, it isn't be quiet.
Sorry. It's all I've got.
Wait, you can't just leave me with the...
Good luck with that.
Okay, that was the best cutscene the whole game so far. Not gonna lie. Even better than Spite asking to talk to Rook. That's the best so far. I don't think it's gonna top that. I guess we're going to the deep roads. Let's take Emmerich.
Thanks for coming, Rook. I hope the Kal Sharok dwarves have some answers.
Deep Road seems especially volcanic today. This is very shiny. That's lyrium, I think. Blue lyrium. Thankfully, it's not red lyrium. Oh yeah, I forgot we leveled up. We have our level 30 talent now. Oh, that's right, I cannot do skills in combat. Alright, now let's do it. I think we're going to convert the shield toss to necrotic damage. Since we're doing a necrotic build. Do I need to check to make sure my ultimate didn't get switched out again? Okay, thank you. Okay, the sound effect they gave, that's pretty cool. It makes the shield toss way more epic.
I'm supposed to meet someone named Veilguard? He told me to come here. He seemed nice in his message.
We're about to get attacked by Veilguard, aren't we?
So you don't actually know who or what this Veilguard is?
A new friend, I hope.
Is it a golem?
We're supposed to meet Veilguard here. Trouble nearby. That has to be Veilguard.
Nope, it's a dwarf.
Veilguard?
Yes. Lace Harding, of the Inquisition.
Wait, how do you know about...
And this is the one they call Rook? Emmerich, the Mortalitasi Fleshcrafter.
Imprecise, but it does have a ring to it.
So you've heard of us?
You have brought a strange assortment to our gates, Lace Harding.
Is he tranquil? Because he talks a lot like he's a tranquil.
Someone did their reading.
We are not as blind as Orzama wishes. We know enough.
I'm looking for someone touched by the Ancients. Does that mean anything to you?
Yes, she has been waiting for you. Follow, and keep your weapons ready. The roads are dark, the creatures there even more so. You are staring.
What? No.
You want to know if you can see the corruption you hear we carry?
Sorry. I shouldn't have.
Ilya, have you seen my chisel?
The one that's pointed, the one that looks like a wedge, or the tiny one?
The tiny one that's pointed.
Check your pockets.
There's dwarves everywhere! I love being around the little people. Sorry, Veilguard, I'm a little too busy here looting the whole place.
A person will do almost anything to survive. That is what my people did. Become like the Darkspawn, or be destroyed by them.
Not much of a choice.
So how did they become the Darkspawn? Or like the Darkspawn?
What do you mean you're like the Darkspawn?
Kal Sharok was abandoned to its fate many generations ago, when the Darkspawn first came. We lost many, some to the corruption, some by their own hand, and some found another way. Atuva Galta Satot. The stone is colder than death, as they say.
This is the combat arena if I ever saw one.
Darkspawn.
That's why you don't mess with the Lord Watch. Good work. That's a win.
Okay, before I forget, I do want to have Emmerich focus on time magic instead of just healing, since we already have Harding doing that. So I'm going to redistribute that again. Oh look, our ultimate got reset again. What a shocker. I feel like it's like every time that we put in a level or like a skill point, it resets. And it's only the ultimate. Like, it's not the rest of the skills.
Reminds me of the necropolis. Lacking the charm, of course.
Not far now.
I think something else I want to do. Now that I'm realizing that this ability kind of requires rage to use, I'm not sure I want to use it. That means I would get rid of these. So yeah, I guess we'll keep it.
Blight. It grows too quickly these days, and it feels different.
You can feel the blight?
Many from Kal Sharok can, somewhat. Long story. The corruption here has its root elsewhere. Destroy it, and this growth will become vulnerable.
Destroy the source of the blight growths? We can do that.
I will stay on guard here.
We're practically experts in that now.
Right.
I think Harding finally got an upgrade to her armor. Or at least a different piece of armor. But the one she's wearing is still better. Trying to see if this chest was somewhere around there.
Leave it to me.
That didn't do anything. I guess it's letting the elevator move freely. There's the chest. Oh, I understand how to get to it now. Yeah, we have to have Harding stop the elevator so we can get to that chest. Maybe. I can't even undo it now. So, who knows? Maybe it's gone. Maybe it's lost to us. Or we can maybe jump down this way and get to it. Yeah, there it is. This dwarf guy is like, you know I didn't bring you here to do looting, right? Alright, this area looks pretty cool, actually. Emmerich got a new trinket. Probably not as good as this ring that he's got right now, though. Not at all.
I bet it's this way.
Man, the source of this blight's pretty far away.
You got it.
Alright, I think we gotta go this way now. Unless we're able to get up this way over here.
Of course.
For a moment there, it was as though a malevolent gaze fell upon us.
Heard ya.
Oh no, Rook's dead. And that's how our story ends. That would be a terrifying jump to make. Can I actually not reach that? I gotta go here? Apparently Rook is just too weighed down by this armor to make a half-decent jump. This is insane. These both look like they're within jumping distance. Oh gosh, that's hard to reach. I'm not even gonna try to get to that one.
Get ready. No racing. Take him out. I hate fighting Darkspawn. And they're everywhere down here. What are the chances we won't see any more of them?
Not very likely, I would say. Well, how convenient. There's a hole in the roof right there for us to take this back to the beginning.
Wait, did anyone else see that? I thought I saw someone.
Someone? Down here?
Maybe it was just a shadow.
Harding's going crazy!
I'm on it.
You know, I'm not sure what to have expected from Harding's quest, other than fighting Darkspawn, but for some reason this wasn't it. But given that we were going to the deep roads, I probably should have saw it coming.
See that guy? Let's destroy this blight and get out of here. Light's cleared out. Think we can get through the door now? Let's go check with Veilguard.
Almost missed this chest here. It's a sneaky one. Stalguard's just been patiently waiting, like, man, what took you guys so long?
You did good work. The blight growths have weakened.
So, we can keep going?
Yes. Come.
Lots of lyrium down here.
Mind yourself, and show respect when you enter the sanctum.
Yes, of course. But who are we meeting?
I will let her speak for herself. But we of Kal Sharok revere her deeply for being one with the storm. They say she was once from Orzammar, but she speaks very little of her past.
This
There was
place
blood
is
everywhere
gorgeous.
outside of those doors. But here, it's clean. This person I'm going to see, I think she's keeping the blight away somehow.
So this is how they survived. If the dwarves knew how much lyrium was here,
Coming from all
my
around us.
god.
They say lyrium sings, but I have never heard it quite so distinctly.
It feels like it's echoing through my entire being. Like I'm part of the melody, and it's calling me home. I would love to look around more. Do you think Stalguard would mind?
I think you'd be fine with it.
Stop and listen for a minute. Oh, I hear it. Yeah, I mean, I hear the lyrium singing to you pretty much. This place is like amazing. I mean, I can't help but like want to just like look around, just like Harding said. This is like some of the best environmental art I think I've ever seen in Dragon Age. It's lovely. Yeah, this is. It's a pretty amazing sight. See, this kind of stuff makes me sad that a lot of people just overlook this game, because there are a lot of good things to be seen in this game. I love the music. Yeah, the music, the atmosphere of delirium singing to you, all of it's like very immersive and
We have arrived.
But I don't see anyone.
amazing to look at.
She's waiting.
Thank you for leading her here, Stalguard. They call me the Oracle.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yes, she is.
I know you. Don't I?
Once I was Volta, as you were Lace, then Scout, and now something else.
All this. Is this what I am? Am I like you?
I cannot tell you what you are. Look within and remember. Remember when the earth was alive and the Titans walked the land. In one voice they sang a chorus of creation and of connection.
Isatunal. The song.
When the Titans fell, we awoke, but the melody was already lost.
The dwarves.
We were always just shattered fragments of a greater whole.
The stone sense. My magic. It's Titan magic. But
I think this is the most lore that the dwarves have ever gotten in a Dragon Age game.
Why do I remember Isatunal? What happened to the Titans?
There's something else here. It's found you.
I wasn't expecting combat, but sure. Yo, this freaking combat music is awesome. What?
I didn't do anything. Just stand there. Deep stalkers. That construct probably riled up the wildlife.
What's the tea?
You seem to have invoked its ire, Harding.
Why does everyone think it's my fault?
Fantastic!
Damn, Emmer, good job. Well. This is turning into being my favorite quest in the game so far, with the music, the atmosphere, that combat music, the lore for the dwarves. Yeah, this is like the best I've gotten so far from this game, I think. Gains bonus damage relative to the amount of health your target and you have lost. So the weaker I get, the stronger I get. That's going to be an amazing one. Your necrotic damage now has 50% penetration and restores 2% of your health. So every time I'm attacking, I'm restoring my health. I'll just become like the biggest tank ever. You can't get multiple specializations, but that's alright. I'm pretty sure once we get that next level in Reaper, we're going to be like broken to shit.
Everyone alive?
Did you feel it? Fury. Such fury. And with you as its mark.
Me? But why?
Good question. Harding hasn't done anything bad, right?
There are horrors in the depths. They have awakened to you now. Look within for your answers. And beware.
No, wait! I have more questions!
Huh.
She does that. Riddles, riddles, riddles. Oh, I'm a rock.
But those weren't answers! She gave me nothing! Come back! Make her come back!
Harding.
Oh god.
It's alright. I'm alright. Sorry.
I thought Harding was about to get possessed there again.
We're done. Let's just get out of here.
I mean, she's understandably upset. I like how they both shrug, though. They're like, woman, what are you gonna do? This is like a bro moment where they're like, I don't understand. I don't know what to say to her, man.
Oh, hey.
You're brooding.
Are you brooding?
Brooding makes you attractive and mysterious. I read that in the Randy Dowager.
And how's that working out for you?
I don't know. Do I seem more attractive and mysterious?
I think you're always attractive and mysterious.
Ooh, that was slick.
So why don't you tell me what's wrong?
It's just that whole visit to the Oracle. Ugh. I barely got to speak with her. And then being attacked by that creature. This was supposed to be a good thing.
One small hurdle doesn't erase what's good about this.
I just wish I knew what to do.
Whatever you decide to do, you aren't alone.
I know. It's nice to know I have friends. And you, of course.
I'm not a friend.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I just meant that you're... special. Or special-er. Having you by my side has made all this easier to bear. I don't know what I'd do if you weren't here.
I know. And I'll be here as long as you need me. That's a promise.
I wish I knew what to do. She told you!
Harding
Look
left
within!
the Oracle sanctum
Sheesh!
Maybe she'd expected
Self-reflection
too
and
much.
meditation.
Maybe there were no answers to be
Yeah,
had.
maybe there was no answers to be had, just like what Varric says.
Seething with questions, she forgot the Oracle's dire warning.
Her fury.
But far below the surface, something was moving. Determined to be seen. And fighting to be remembered.
Alright, well, that's another personal quest done for Harding. Oh, I think so. We're running a little short on time, so I don't want to go into the Siege of Weishaupt here because this is probably going to be a very long quest, from what I've been told. So we might just do Emmerich's quest for walking the graves here, and then call it after that, since we got a little more time to spare. Because I think if we start the Siege of Weishaupt right now, we're going to be doing that until like 11 o'clock. It will be. It's intense. Yeah, we'll make that the first thing we do on Tuesday when I'm streaming again. We'll do the Siege of Weishaupt like right away, so we get to experience that at the beginning of the stream. But for now, let's go to the Necropolis halls. Yeah, I believe the Siege of Weishaupt will probably be quite intense indeed.
A possessed dragon. We must There is much to be done.
Nothing I want to buy off you.
Farewell.
I don't even know why we scrubbed.
How do I get to Emmerich's quest? Where's he at? Oh, in an area I've never explored before? Or is it downstairs? It is downstairs, but apparently there's an undiscovered beacon here. We're just gonna have to follow the quest marker. We just get to go walking in the gardens. I'm certain nothing bad's gonna happen while we're out with Emmerich. I feel like it's hard to get that skill to work. The one where I have to time it exactly right. It kind of makes me just want to refund it, because I feel like I'm never using it. Like, the timing for it's pretty rough, but I want to get this one, though, so I guess we'll just keep it, since that's the next part in that tree there. Because the thing next to it's an ability that I'm never going to use.
That's trouble waiting to happen.
I suppose the displays of the Grand Acropolis seem a bit exotic to you all.
Exotic is not how I describe your dead body.
Exotic is not how I would describe your dead body collection.
We need to close it.
Under fire!
That's the last of them.
Alright, we finally made it to Emmerich's quest here. Yeah, I remember this door. I was looking at it earlier, like, why can't I unlock this door?
Thank you again for coming. My duties include tending to these rites of remembrance. Excellent. Manfred found his way down. Very good, Manfred.
He sounds excited.
I just heard him say yay.
I thought we'd start the rites here. A tableau of the dead, commissioned 173 years ago. These lives were flickers against the ages, precious, fragile, and finite. Now they serve as a warning. Don't linger overlong in the gloom. Live with grace and fervor while you may.
Still getting a lot of gloom. This is so creepy. This is so neat.
It's like being in a very, very specialized museum.
Yes, but the purpose of the tableau...
Wait, did one just move?
That one's livelier. Here. Who were you when you breathed above?
This body was a tailor's, a mother's. She laughed and taught and wove the robes kings wore when they were crowned.
Okay, I'm getting creeped out now.
Someone must realign her thoracic vertebrae. I hope the novices are inspecting the displays.
Seems disrespectful to abandon something you built.
Precisely. No wonder there's been an uptick in hauntings.
What?
Let's continue.
Excuse me. Did you say hauntings?
So what
I
now?
loved this quest.
We light candles in remembrance of the dead.
Well, I'm glad I get to do this as the last quest for today.
Would you care to light the candle, Rook?
So far, I'm enjoying it.
Look at this. The last tomb of the Tannhausens. A very influential
It's
family
very
in the Storm
pretty.
Age.
We broke the bones of dragons.
If I were to get buried,
posthumous
this is where
slaughter.
I would want to be
Their
buried.
last heir
Like,
met
by
his
God.
match against a Highland Ravager.
Death by dragon. Surprised there was enough to bury.
Do you know, I never expected that the door we found back in the Vault of the Beloved would lead here.
So the necropolis actually shuffles its rooms around?
From time to time. Very unlikely to happen while we're inside a chamber. Could you light the next candle? Aha! One of my favorite flowers! A variegated weeping widower.
You know your plants?
10 out of
alchemy
10
is my
would rather
hobby.
be buried there
It's a
instead of
break
cremated.
from teaching spirit calling and theoretical
Yeah,
applied
if I had a
metaphysics.
burial site as pretty as
Making up
this,
some
I
of the
would
books the
say,
Shadow
fuck the
Dragons
cremation, I'll take this.
Liberated from a few magisters.
Candles lit everywhere.
This way,
This is like a great respect to the lives
You're
that they
right
live.
about the gardens being peaceful.
Which I think is, kind
The
of what the Morn
necropolis
Watch
has
is
its
all
dangers,
about.
but these places are a refuge for the dead.
How many people are buried
I want to
here
make
anyway?
a Morn Watch character
Excellent question. We rarely...
Examining the graves?
I love you, Manfred. I love you so much, Manfred. I want my own Manfred.
You'll
Sorry,
need to light
Emmerich.
these
I
candles
didn't
as
mean
well.
to cut you off. I just had to talk to Manfred.
Open your hearts to the final day, companion of all the ages. I was pleasantly surprised by your respect for our undead tableau earlier.
Sable
Rook.
the Morn Watch character.
I'm beginning
Love
to
me
think
some
people
Manfred.
outside Navarra find the necropolis a little unnerving.
Shadow dragons are used to weird architecture. More skulls here, though.
The spirits gather. Only a few more candles. Follow me.
I'm kind of not.
Look here.
I'm kind of wishing I didn't pick a Shadow Dragon as a character because I wanted to hear more about me freeing slaves from Tevinter, but that doesn't seem to be a thing that we have brought up very much. Move along now. Hey. Your department, Emmerich. Hello!
Hi. Should I say hi?
It's curious about you. We're also enjoying the gardens, but with one last ritual ahead. On your way, my friend.
Spirits really are your specialty.
I've always had a rapport with them. Even as a child, they were my companions.
After you started training here?
After I was orphaned.
Oh.
A collapsed building, swift deaths. After the funeral, the Watchers took me in.
Belated condolences, if that's worth anything.
Always. We move on, as we must, but those long nights linger about the shadows.
How did you deal with it?
I didn't. When I first arrived here, I was terrified.
I would want to be an actual Mournwatch
still
person.
joined
They
the
are
Watchers.
amazing. I love necromancy.
They're what saved me.
Well, I love them especially because they defeat the trope of evil necromancers.
The next set of graves lies ahead.
They use necromancy for good, which is rarely seen in any piece of fictional media. So I find them to be a very interesting faction.
Please, light the next candles if you would. There's much to recommend about the rhythm of a ceremony. It eases our worst hours. As a boy, the Watcher's rituals were exactly what I needed to steady my days with purpose.
And some death magic?
Well, every young mage needs a speciality.
I mean, he's got a point. Dorian had death magic.
All this pageantry, this magnificent
They technically
gloom
aren't
and its
necromancers,
rites.
they are
I ask you, Rook,
mortalitasi.
what is it for?
True,
It's gotta
I
be
mean,
the living, right?
but they
Yes,
kind of go
exactly,
hand in hand.
Exactly. This place is an abundance of history, of magic, of memories. The Watchers preserve it so the living may draw comfort from those who've gone before.
I think you actually spelled it right.
We must get to the candle, please, Manfred.
You told Harding that Manfred used to be a wisp until you gave him a body.
Yes, he's taken so well to it. Haven't you, Manfred? Here are the last candles you'll need to light. Once you're ready, we'll need to ring the bell. Let the rites be acknowledged. Our bonds seen and sealed. We honor the listening spirits.
Those look more like demons instead of spirits, but sure, I'll talk to them.
Hail from the abyss.
We witness, good Watcher, faith kept in all our paths.
What was...
The necropolis hosts many spirits. We thank these guardians for their protection
Rook
and
looks
friendship.
a little terrified
We'll
over
need to ring the
here.
bell once more to close out the departing ceremony.
I love them. I love the spirits. This
So you
is
were
a
really
quest that I
afraid of
can
this
really
place as a
get
child?
behind because I like
It wasn't the necropolis
Halloween. I
itself,
like
but what was
dark
draped
stories.
around it. Have you ever been frightened by the thought of dying, Rook?
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course, like most people.
Hasn't everyone from time to time?
When I was younger, it happened more often than that. That's when I discovered I possess a great terror of dying. It goes beyond dread. Can't be reasoned with or soothed over. It comes without warning. In the dead
This
of night,
voice acting is amazing.
sunlit streets. A roar, strangling fear, struck somewhere deep past the heart.
That's an issue for a necromancer.
Oddly, I discovered I wasn't alone. I debated this fear with friends. I argued with teachers. Yet, it lingered. Manfred's right. That's maudlin enough.
Come drink your tea,
There are
sir.
struggles, but a watcher should always find peace amongst the graves. And what sort of host would I be if we didn't end with some light refreshment?
In a graveyard. Why would you be so rude to him after such a nice outing? Anything for Manfred.
Well, if Manfred's excited, how can I refuse? Cheers, Manfred.
That was an amazing quest. No combat needed or nothing. Just perfect the way it was. And it was very interesting to hear about Emmerich, of all people, actually having a fear of death. Not just a fear, but like a terror of it. But my god, I'm still just flabbergasted by how good his voice acting got at the end there. Ooh, I like both of these upgrades here. I'm not sure which would be better for him. Probably this one, because I don't think 150 necrotic damage is that much. That's like barely anything. Oh, that's nice. Your next ability you use does not have a rage cost. Oh, Harding also got leveled up. She is a loyal friend at this point. I think precision increases, yeah, that. Maybe we can start leveling up her next talent. We have Shred and Heavy Draw. So I think we're going to put points into Shred. But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up here now. Pretty much right on time. We will definitely jump into the next part of the main story on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you all stop by for that exciting Siege of Weishaupt. This game continues to impress me more and more. I mean, originally I wasn't sure how to feel about it, and then I was giving it like a B minus, and now I think it's like a B plus, maybe even an A minus for a game. I still wish that it was like cooked in the oven a little bit longer for like another 2 or 3 years, because this could be like an A plus game if they got everything that is holding it down, if they got all that fixed. But this is probably probably my second favorite Dragon Age right now at this point, I would say. I mean, I like Origins the most still. That's an A plus game. and then probably this one, Inquisition, and then Dragon Age 2. But this game's storytelling is really on point sometimes. Really good music, a lot of good character moments like that. I just kind of wish that they just perfected it to the what it could have been. But either way, I'm definitely enjoying it. I'm gonna enjoy playing more of it. So I'll see you all on Tuesday, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Take care for now. Looks like I made my save, just double checking. And we will see you all then.